So you're trying to get into drop shipping and you're thinking of starting a Shopify store. Before you do that, let me persuade you, because you're in for a very rude awakening and a terrible time.
Welcome to the Roughnecks. I'm Rico, your e-com instructor. I'm a software engineer, a military veteran, and a six-figure e-com seller. I've helped over 400 students on Amazon alone, and thousands more make money online. If you need to know anything about making money, you're going to find it out right here.
So guys, welcome back to the Roughnecks e-com channel. I'm your cadre, 𝗦𝗧𝗥𝗘𝗘, aka Rico, and today we're going to be talking about some of the good stuff. But before we do all that, make sure you guys check out the links below, get into the free Facebook group and all that stuff, all the prereqs, you guys know what to do. If you like this, make sure you subscribe, man. Make sure you click the little notification bell. Now, let's go ahead, let's break down. So, some of you guys are looking to get into drop shipping, you're trying to get into the e-commerce space, but you really don't know how, right? Some of you have watched a good number of YouTube videos from some of these big gurus talking about Shopify and how it's the easiest way and so on and so forth and blah, 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 blah. That is not necessarily true. When you're doing Shopify drop shipping, you kind of have to have a good number of skills. Number one, you got to know how to build a website. You got to know how to build a brand. You got to know how to advertise. You got to have capital first and foremost. And that's one of the limiting factors. Most people don't have capital and they believe that a $5 Facebook ad is going to make them a millionaire. Now guys, you're gonna be testing multiple ad sets per day, okay? Multiple ad sets per day. So even if you only tested one ad set at $5, let's say you got 5 ad sets you wanna test, that's $25 right there. So that's $25 a day. Most people don't have thousands of dollars to test these products. So what do? You get into the method that is actually going to make you money. Now granted, I don't do this, all right? I don't do this method. I have done it. I don't do it anymore just because the profit margins are slim and I'm in a unique situation where I need higher profit margins. But for people who are just starting off, they don't know anything about e-commerce, they don't know anything about drop shipping, eBay drop shipping is the way to go. Yes, I said it. eBay drop shipping is the way to go. It's pretty much the only way to go for a beginner, hands down. Like if you have limited capital, you don't know what you're doing, and you have no one to instruct you, eBay dropshipping is the way to go, at least online arbitrage, right? And we're gonna go into a tutorial on why, so stick around because we're gonna jump into the Roughneck computer and I'm gonna break it down for you. But you need to know that this is by far the easiest way to get into e-commerce, to get into dropshipping specifically, just for the sheer fact that the competition is just, it may be fierce, but I mean, it's not all that skilled. This is an arena where like anybody can get in and box, okay? You go to Amazon to compete with the heavyweights. You go to eBay to compete with the JV team, right? It's much easier to start off competing with the JV team than it is to start boxing against Ali, all right? You're not gonna get into the ring and box Ali and Tyson from day one. You're gonna have to start with the little guys, the no names, maybe, earn your golden gloves and then move up from there. So without further ado, let's go ahead and break down why eBay dropshipping is going to be the right course of action for you as a beginner. So let's go ahead and jump into the computer right now.
All right, guys, we are now in the computer. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about why eBay dropshipping is the best for a beginner. We're not talking about Shopify or any of that other stuff. eBay by far is the best place for a beginner to get dropshipping, at least with the online arbitrage method. So let's talk about it. Why is that, man? It's all about money. eBay dropshipping, especially online arbitrage, is a straight cash flow business. Money in, money out. And short of you getting caught in PayPal jail, you're going to be making money, period. And that's really all that it boils down to. End of discussion. If you need to make money really quickly, I'm not saying a lot of money, but if you need to make money, this is the way to do it, okay? There's a lot of techniques that you can use to bump up your profit margins. Now, granted, they're not going to be the highest, okay? You're not going to have 30, 40, 50% profit margins like with other selling methods, but this is the fastest way to build cash flow for something else. Like if you got to pay your bills really quickly, this is definitely the way to do it. Or you're trying to save up for a cruise or maybe a vacation or something along those lines. Definitely the way to go about it, okay? eBay dropshipping is king when it comes to cash flow because Amazon pays out every 2 weeks, and unless you're using a service like Payability, you're not going to get paid every single day. You're just not, okay? And then Payability does, take a fee. So let's just say your fee is 1.5% and your profit margins overall are 3.5 on the front end. You just cut your money in half basically. So you have to be mindful of that. It's also very beginner friendly. Anyone can get into eBay dropshipping. Anybody, anywhere, anytime. All you need is an eBay account and PayPal. All right, and then eBay is even transitioning to their own payment processor, so it's going to make it even easier for you guys. You don't need any special tools. You don't need any type of selling ability. All you need to do is just be able to use the internet. Really, that's all that you need. You just need to be able to use the internet, and you can get started with eBay dropshipping. It's not difficult, does not require a ton of time. Believe me, guys, this is probably the best way for you guys to start making money. At least if you're trying to make money very quickly. There's also a ton of tools, guys. A ton of tools. There's software to do everything. Software from placing orders and putting in buyer information, auto ordering, repricers, everything to make sure that your business runs efficiently. Now, granted, eBay has changed up things a little bit, so a lot of the software that people were using, now gets accounts flagged, and you have to, kind of mix it up. So everyone's talking about manual drop shipping, so on and so forth. But it's really not manual. They're using software still. They're just being more careful and trying not to connect to that API. Okay, but there's a ton of software to help you do your job. Repricers are pretty much mandatory, not unless you're going to be going through or having virtual assistants go through and change pricing and adjust accordingly. And it's just a big pain, right? That's why those software exist, to make your job easier. And with so many tools available to you, you really don't even have to think about it. It's a set it and forget it method. Outside of your customer service, which virtual assistants can even handle it to a certain degree, you really don't have to do much. I can't say it's a passive income because you still have to do some work, but it's more passive than a lot of other business models because there is so much help for you as far as software goes. And also there's loads of physical help. There's tons of VAs out there that have dedicated their time and energy to making sure that they can do your product research, that they can list all your products, that they can handle low-level customer service, that they can handle returns. Okay, anywhere you turn and you're looking for a virtual assistant who knows about eBay, you're gonna find one. Literally, like, it's not that difficult, and they're cheap. They are extremely cheap. You can get virtual assistants for just a couple dollars a day. I'm not even joking with you. Not even joking. You could get virtual assistants for less than $10 a day. In some cases, you can get a virtual assistant for $5 a day, and they'll handle everything, handle all of it. So that way you don't even have to think about it. It makes your business model more passive than just about anything else, guys. The tools, the virtual assistants, it makes it so easy, right? Super easy. If you're trying to get into drop shipping, don't even bother with Shopify right off the bat. If you have no skills or don't really know what you're doing, you're not an effective marketer, you need to be doing this. End of discussion. There is no way around it. There is no better place for a beginner to get started in the dropshipping space than right on eBay. And also your credit is going to go through the roof. Your credit limits are going to skyrocket. And that's because retail arbitrage orders are just ungodly. You guys, most of you will be doing tens of thousands of dollars a month, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars a month. Your credit limits are going to go sky high. Like, you may have a credit card now that can only handle, $3,000 or $4,000, but by the time that you're in full swing, your credit limit, could potentially be $20,000, $30,000, $40,000. Not to mention if you guys have an Amex or something along those lines, the perks are unreal. You're going to be getting points all day, every day. I mean, it's going to be absolutely insane. If you're looking to build your credit up, or at least build your limits, not necessarily your credit, but if you're trying to build your limits up, eBay dropshipping is perfect for that. Absolutely perfect because of the volume of orders. Your credit card company is going to see that you're doing so much. They're like, wait, we got to raise this dude's limit because we need him to keep spending money, or him or her, depending on, whatever you want to identify as, of course. You have the best shot of raising credit limits doing something like this, just because of the volume of sales that you're going to do. So let's recap this, guys. Like, it's a straight cash flow business. So if you need cash flow, you need capital for anything to get into another business venture or to pay bills very quickly, eBay dropshipping is the way to go. All right, it's very beginner friendly. It takes almost no skill. I'm pretty sure I could train a monkey to do it and it would be just as effective as anybody jumping on. All right, it does not take much to get started, and you do not need to know a ton of things either. You just need to know how the internet works. That's it. Can you go to ebay.com? All right, then you can do this. There's tons of tools to help you do the job. There's software out there that will do pretty much everything for you. Everything from reprice to order to handling returns and everything else. So you really don't have to think about it too much. The software does a lot of the work for you. And for everything that the software can't do, there's going to be virtual assistants to help you out. Okay, virtual assistants will be your lifeline. Anything the software can't do, your virtual assistants are going to handle. They're going to list for you. They're going to make sure your listings are optimized. They're going to make sure that you have that your customer service is handled. They're going to make sure that your returns are handled. They're going to do everything that you don't want to do. So having a good virtual assistant team and great software together creates a very, or I can't say very passive business, but one that you don't have to think about too much. It makes it simple for you to run. And then your credit, your credit limits at least are going to go up, which in turn, could help your credit. Your credit limits are going to skyrocket because you're going to be doing so much in volume. The credit card companies are going to want to keep up with those orders because they're like, look, we want this guy to keep spending money. Guy or girl, never assume the gender. They're going to want you to spend money, So when you're doing, $300, $400, $500, $600 in sales right off the bat, like you're going to need some form of capital for that. And credit card companies will generally look and see what you're doing and see that all these orders are coming through and you're paying it off, because you're going to be using PayPal more than likely, and you're getting paid out every day as long as your PayPal account is verified and seasoned. With that, you're getting paid out every single day. Getting paid every single day, and therefore, you're going to be able to pay your credit card bill, pretty much every single day. All right, so if you're looking for an effective way to raise your credit card limits, retail arbitrages or online arbitrage, because you're going to be ordering directly online from like Walmart and Lowe's and other places. It's a cash flow business, everybody. If you really want to get into drop shipping and you have no idea where to start, take it from me. eBay is the way to go. Now, I don't sell on eBay just because the profit margins are not for me. Okay, the profit margins are lower than other marketplaces and other selling methods, but this is not for those people. All right, if you're more advanced, this is probably not for you. Okay, you probably already know how to get into wholesaling and all those other things, but for a beginner who really doesn't know anything about selling online or is just entering the e-commerce space, eBay dropshipping is the best place for that. Okay, period. It's going to teach you a ton. You're going to learn a lot about how businesses work, at least how retail works. And that way you can start leveraging your skill sets in different areas and picking up different platforms or moving into something completely different, because now you have a cash flow business. So with that being said, guys, hopefully you learned something. Hopefully if you're stuck, you give eBay a shot. I'm not saying Shopify is not profitable. I'm just saying eBay is infinitely easier and you can get up and running way quicker than you can with a Shopify store, and it takes less moving parts. So make sure you guys check out the links below, get into the description. You can get the ebook, get into the free Facebook group, which I highly recommend because I'm always dropping information in there. You guys should be safe, be smart, don't do anything that you shouldn't. Again, consider eBay if you're a beginner. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.